This conference will now be recorded.
Done with this syntax? Now. So now let's see how can we fetch the data, okay, from the case object along with the associated parent records here. Okay, now let's see practically. Now, I want to indicate that. Take a small use case. So design a Visual Force page to represent details of the case record based on the specified case number and fetch all the parent details and represent on the page, and fetch all the related parent details and represent on the page. So based on that case number, whatever the case details are available, I want to get those case details and I want to represent those information. Now, I want the user interface like this. So let me design that user interface, what I'm expecting now. Then with this use case, now. I would like to have a search functionality inside my user interface. I would like to have a Visual Force page. I would like to have a Visual Force page. Inside this Visual Force page, I would like to place one text box in order to enter the case number. Enter the case number. I want to place a text box. I want to place a text box. Here I'm giving some watermark. Enter case number. I'm placing a button control. I'm placing a button control. So I'm placing a button control inside this. In order to place a button control, show. I'm placing a button control with the name show. So after entering some case number inside this text box, as soon as when the user click on the show button, I want to collect that respective case record details I want to represent inside this. I want to show the case details. Whatever the case details are available, I want to show that case details. I want to show that case information, like as a case ID and the case number and the case origin, case status, case type, and the case reason. I want to show all this information. I want to show this entire information inside my object. So inside my table, I would like to represent this whole information. Based on that case number, you will be having only one case record. Okay, so I'm representing a table. like as case ID, case number, case ID and the case number, and then case status and the reason of the case, type of the case, and then I would like to specify the origin of the case. I want to represent that case information inside this. Okay, I want to show that case information. So this is the case details I would like to represent based on this case number which I have entered. This is the details of that case. I'm placing that. I'm placing that case information. Now, so below that I would like to have, okay, one more small box. There I would like to represent the account record information. Okay, account record information. I want to represent the respective account record information. That means this case is associated with a contact. I want to show that contact information. Contact first name, and I want to show the contact last name. Along with that, I want to show the respective account name in this place. That means who is that account person, account name, and the account rating. I want to represent in this place. Next, I would like to have one more block. I would like to have one more block. In this block, I would like to represent the details. Owner first name, I want to represent, and then I would like to represent the owner last name. Who is the owner of this particular record? I want to get the owner information. Now, so in this side, I would like to represent the profile name. Profile name, I want to show the license name. What type of license it is. Okay, this is my user interface. I want to represent this whole information inside my user interface. This is what the user interface that I'm expecting. If I'm entering a case record inside my case object, upon click on that show button, it has to get the complete history of that case record information. The case record details it has to fetch, it has to represent in my tabular format, and then it has to get the respective contact information and the respective account information and the user's information and the profile and the license. All this information I would like to fetch by using one single SQL query, and then I want to represent the whole details inside my Visual First page. Now tell me, how can we implement this functionality now? Tell me your approach. How can we implement this functionality now? Okay. 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 Directly query. Then what we need in order to get that data, what we need as an input? We need to pass. What is that? Case number. Okay, case number. Now, case number is an auto number field which has been given by Salesforce by default. It's an inbuilt field given by Salesforce, which is an auto number field. Now that auto number is of type string type. So, in order to capture this case number into your Apex programming, we have to define a variable. Okay, define a variable inside your controller class and then map that variable with your text box. Now, whenever you are entering any case number, like for example, I'm entering 00001012. I'm entering some case number. As soon as whenever I'm entering the case number, this value will be getting resets inside my variable. Then based on that variable value, we can able to make an SQL query by using this all these columns information and get the data, store the data inside the various of fields. That means the variables, those variables we can able to represent on my Visual First page wherever you want. Okay. Clear? Now, then how can we do that? Now let's see practically in this case. Okay, understood the requirement now? So let me design that user interface now. Apex, I would like to represent that information. Get case history by number, or get case history page. Or simply we can say show case history page. Okay, I'm designing the page with the name show case history page. So with this name, there is no page has been designed as of now. So now I'm designing that result first page, show case history page. I'm removing this existing code. Now I want to represent the information. I'm giving the default properties. Setup equals to false. Sidebar equals to false. Show header equals to true. And the tab style equals to, I'm indicating that hiring manager object tab style. Now, next. I'm specifying the section header. Apex section header title equals to the case, subtitle equals to case history or the case details. I'm preparing a form control. Inside the form, I'm defining a page block. I'm giving the title case history block. Inside that, I'm indicating the page block section. I'm giving the title for the section such case details. And the number of columns equals to 2, and the collapsible option I would like to make it disable. Okay, collapsible equals to false. So now here I'm having a section inside the page block. Here I would like to place the two controls. One is an input text. Input text label equals to enter case number. Now, HTML placeholder to specify the watermark, enter case number. I'm placing a text box control in my page block section, and beside that I would like to place a button control. A command button value equals to show details. Okay, I'm using the page block. Inside the page block, I'm representing this whole information. Okay, to represent the results, I would like to use one more page block. I'm using a separate page block. Apex page block. I'm giving the title case details. Here I'm using that page block section. Page block section, I'm indicating that title equals to case details. And the number of columns equals to 1, collapsible equals to 2. I'm adding one section. In this section, I would like to design a table. In the table, I want to represent the details of the case, like as the case ID, case number, and the case status, priority, origin, type, reason, the whole information I want to represent inside my section in the tabular format. Next. Now, along with that here, I want to represent the contact details of that case. So that I would like to have one more section. I'm designing one more page block section inside this. Apex page block section. Title equals to, I would like to specify that information. Like I want to represent the contact details. Now the number of columns equals to 2. And the collapsible equals to true. Now, here I want to represent the fields information. Here I'm placing the apex output label. Here I'm indicating the contact first name. Contact first name. Output label, I'm indicating account record name. Output label, contact last name. Apex, output label, I'm indicating that account record rating. These are the variables I'm representing over here. I'm representing the contact first name, contact last name in this place, account record name, and the account record rating value. I'm representing inside this. So now in this case here, for example, I would like to make it as a bold format. By bold. I'm representing in the form of this bold. It is moving to some other column. Now, I want to represent in the bold format. I'm representing these fields in the form of that bold format. Next, I want to use one more page black section. Here I want to represent the respective owner first name, last name, profile name, and the license name. For that reason, I'm using one more page black section. Apex, page black section. Title equals to owner details. And the number of columns equals to 2. And the collapsible option equals to true. I want that collapsible option. Here also I'm placing that. Apex output label. I'm indicating that. I'm indicating the bold format by bold. Now owner first name. I'm indicating that owner last name. And I'm indicating that. ఇప్పుడు ఎప్పుడు చేయాలి మీటింగ్ ఓకే అసలు మన లాగిన్ కాలేదు సంవత్సరాలు ఓపెన్ చేసి స్ట్రక్ అయిపోయింది ఓపెన్ అయింది కానీ స్ట్రక్ అయింది కానీ 5 మంది ఉన్నారు సార్ నిలబడుతుంది వీళ్ళే కింద బ్యాచ్ వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారు Now, so now I am indicating that the owner profile name. I'm indicating that owner license name. That means the license type. So these are the various of fields I'm representing on this one. So now I'm having the user interface. In this user interface, I'm representing the case details along with the respective contact information, account information, owner information, like as the owner of that record, first name and the last name, and then respective profile and the license information. The whole information I would like to represent inside my Visual Force page. Okay, now. So as of now, we are done with the user interface design. Now tell me how can we write that business logic part? Then what we can do? Controller. So what is that controller? Standard or custom? Custom controller, right? Now, controller equals to, I'm indicating that controller name. Showcase history controller. Okay. Showcase history controller. Now my controller class is ready. So now I am going to be implementing that functionality. Now tell me what is that approach? What we can do now? Tell me your approach now first. Then we'll see that implementation part. First of all, define one variable. Okay, define a variable of type string and then map that variable with the text box, so that whatever the case number we have entered in that such a text box, we can capture that case number value into our Apex programming, so that based on that case number we can make the required query to fetch the required details. So I would like to define a variable, public string case number. Okay, now I'm indicating like some C number. I'm making it as get and set. Okay, now. So this is the case number. Now I would like to get the value from this variable. So that how can we do this one? Go to that input text box and map this variable inside that input text box with value property. Go to the text box, map that variable inside the value property. Value equals to, I'm indicating that C number. Okay, the case number. Now done. So now whatever the input we have entered inside my text box, this value will be coming into my variable right now. Now from there onwards, as soon as once I click on that show details button, I would like to get the respective case information along with the respective parents and grandparents information also. For the reason, I'm defining a method, a public void get case details. Okay, get case details. Now I would like to fetch the data. Now tell me how can we write this code now? Okay, if condition, if C number not equals to null and C number not equals to empty. Okay, if that case number which has been entered by the end user is not null and not empty, then only I would like to initiate that the SO cable query. Now tell me what we can do. List of case. Now I'm fetching the data. How can we fetch the data? Now tell me here. Select ID of the case number, type of the case, reason, status, priority, and then origin. Then from case object, where case number equals to, I'm indicating that C number. That's it, right? Now up to this one, we are getting the case record information. Now, along with the case information, I want to get the respective contact details also. How can we get this now? Contact dot first name. Next. Contact dot last name. Okay, we are fetching that contact information. Next. I want to get that parent of that contact. That means who is that account? Contact dot account dot name. Then contact dot account dot rating. Next, I want to go to one more level up. Then contact dot account dot owner dot first name. Next, one more level up. I would like to go. Contact dot account dot owner dot profile dot name. Next, I want to go one more level up. Contact dot account owner profile user license dot. That's it. Okay. Any more thing is available now? So whatever the information is required, we are going to be collecting the whole information from my object. Now we have saved the code. There is no issues available inside this code. So now the query has been saved successfully. My Visualforce page also has been saved successfully. Now, based on that case number which has been entered by the user, we are able to fetch the whole information from that objects. So now we are fetching the data not only from the case object, we are fetching the data from the contact object, from the account object, from the user object, and from the profile object, from the user license object also. From multiple objects, we are fetching the data by using one single SOQL query. Okay. Now I will show you the practical proof also. How many queries internally it will be using internally. I will show you that practical proof with the help of that log file also to you. Okay. We'll see that log file information also. Now, once the data is available, then what we can do? Now I want to represent the data on my Visualforce page over here. Okay. I want to represent the data on my Visualforce page. Now, for this one, how can we fetch this information now? Okay. Define a collection. Now this is the collection here. Now this collection I want to define outside. Okay, so that we can able to get this information. Okay, public list of case details. Simply, I'm making it as get and set. Now I'm indicating that LST. What is that case name? LST cases. New list of case. Now, so now we have placed this data inside my case object. So now inside the case collection, from there we can able to reference this one. Okay. Now, so now let's see how can we get this information now. I want to represent this case information inside my user interface. Then how can we fetch? Now let's see. When coming to my user interface, inside my case details section, I want to design a table. In that table, I would like to represent that whole information in the form of a table or format. Then what we can do? Inside the case details table section, I want to use page block table, right? Page block table. Now, value equals to LST cases. Now, var equals to, I'm indicating that some CS. Next, I want to indicate that columns. Column value equals to, I'm indicating that CS dot case number. Apex column value equals to CS dot status. Apex column value equals to CS dot priority. Apex column value equals to CS dot origin. Apex column value equals to CS dot type. Apex column value equals to CS dot reason. Okay, I'm representing this whole information inside my page block table. In this page block table, I'm representing the whole information. So for example, I want to get the case subject also. So let me get the case subject also inside this subject. I want to show that. Column value equals to CS dot subject. These are the columns information I'm representing right now. Okay, clear? Up to this is fine. And then after that, I want to represent this information over here. I want to display some data inside this. How can we get this information? I want to show the contact first name and then contact last name, account record name, and the account record rating value here. How can we fetch this information now? Then what we can do? Here I want to represent that value. So now in this case, I want to get that collection because we will be having only one case record will be available. In this case collection, whatever the first record is available, that first case record I'm collecting that. From that case record, I'm going to that respective contact. In that contact, I'm collecting that first name value. Let me show you practically. For example, let me test it up to this part. Now then what we can do, we need to call this method, right? I'm calling this method. I'm invoking the method upon click on this button control. Action property equals to the method name. I want to refresh this page block over here. So I'm indicating ID, some page block. I want to refresh this page block. Re-render equals to page block. Now tell me up to now any difficulty now? Any difficulty? No, right? Code is simple, right? Understood the code? Okay. Now I'm fetching some case details here. Let me place any one of that case number. Let me take the case object. Take a case number here. For example, 1024. So here the case details are available. I'm passing this case number. So this case is related to whom? Who is that contact person here? This is the first name. Okay. I'm placing that case number. Click on show details. We are getting that case details over here. Along with that case details, we are fetching the contact person first name also. Only first name we are fetching over here, so that we can able to fetch that contact person first name also. Like the similar way, I want to represent the remaining details also inside this. We can specify LST cases of 0 dot contact dot account dot name. This is the account record name I'm representing. Next, here LST cases of 0 dot contact dot last name. Understood this format now? Any questions in this one? If there is any question, let me know. Okay. Don't sit idle, don't sit silent. If you are having any question, then let me know. Any questions in this one? Is the syntax is clear to you? We are getting the collection. In that collection, okay, first record I am collecting 0th index position. That means first record I am collecting. Because with this one case number, you will be having only one case record. So that here I'm collecting that first case which is available inside my collection. For that case record, what exactly the contact is available, I'm going to the contact record. That contact record first name value I'm collecting here. Okay. Like the similar way. For this case record, whatever the contact is there, I'm collecting the contact record. That contact record's account information I'm traversing. That means for this contact, there is an account is available here. That account record information name I'm collecting. Like the similar way. LST cases of 0 dot contact dot account dot rating field. Next, in this place, what we can do? What is the value? LST cases of 0 dot contact dot account dot owner dot first name. Next. So now this is the last name value. How can we fetch the last name? LST cases of 0 dot contact account owner dot last name. Next, profile. How can we fetch the profile information? LST cases of 0 dot contact, account, owner, profile dot name. Now, next one. LST cases of 0 dot contact dot account dot owner dot profile dot user license dot. I'm fetching that whole information. Let's save this code. Save the code. Now we can able to fetch the details here. Now here I'm collecting the details from all this information, from all these objects. I'm fetching the data from the case and from the contact and account and user and profile and the license from all these objects. Now, for example, I'm entering the case number. The previous case number I'm entering here. Now, before that, let me track. Now, this case record, here the case number. This case has been related to whom? This is the contact here. So, this is the contact record. The contact record first name, Lauren, and then Boyle. And then for this contact, we are having an account. This is the account record name. What is that account record name? United Island Gas Corporation. Who is the owner of this one? Training batch user. Okay, we are having this a training batch user. For this training batch user, who is that? What is the profile he is associated? Let me verify. Go to the training batch users profile. Go to the users. For the training batch user, okay, what is the profile that we have? System administrator profile. Now this profile is having what is the license type? What is the license type here? Salesforce license. I want to track this whole information now. Now here I'm entering this whole information. Just you can enter that case number, click on show details, we can fetch that whole information. Now it is indicating that whatever the case details are available, that case information we can see. Along with that, this case record has been created by a contact person here. Contact person first name and the last name. This is belongs to an account called as United Island Gas Corporation. Now for this account, you will be having the rating value as hot. That value will be getting visible to you. This record has been created by the training batch user, first name and the last name. This user has been associated to the system administrator profile. That profile is having that Salesforce license. Like that, the whole information we can able to track with the help of that simply that case number itself. So that not only traversing from parent to child, we can traverse from child to parents also. It may be standard, it may be custom associations as well. Okay, clear? Understood the concept now?
Here we are fetching only one record, right? So we can use, instead of using collection, we can use case.
Instead of using, we can use case also. Because we are fetching only one record, because based on the case number, you will be having only one case record, not multiple. So simply we can just specify that case also. Yes. At that time, we no need to specify of 0. Okay. At that time, if I'm using simply a case object, nothing but at that time we no need to use that of 0. Yes. Okay. Directly we can specify case dot contact dot account, everything we can specify. Okay. If you are having that multiple record, suppose here I'm searching the data based on that some priority. With the same priority, multiple cases may be getting available. At that time, we can go with the collections. Okay. We no need of here. Right now, in this case, we no need of, because based on the case number only, we are fetching the data. Okay. Because with that one case number, we are having only one record, not multiple. Yes, right. Clear? How to traverse from child to parent? Understood the concept now? Now, one more assignment to you. Okay. Regarding the childhood to parent with custom association. Then what we can do now in this case? Same thing, nothing different. Upon fetching the details, here we are specifying that we are using the contact, okay, that first name we are fetching the data. But there what we can do? Contacts underscore r dot first name. Okay, contacts underscore r dot first name. Like that we can able to specify that information. Okay, now in this case I will give you one small clue. Okay, the simplest format I will let you know that. If you are facing difficulty to prepare that child to parent query with custom association, I will give you a small clue, a small tool, okay, that will be giving you that complete field information. Just you can copy and paste inside your query. Now, for example, assume that I'm having the custom objects inside my organization. I'm having few custom objects. I'm having few custom objects. Hiring manager, position, candidate. These are the objects are there. Now I know, okay, I know a candidate name. Based on this candidate name, I would like to get the candidate record details. Along with that, this candidate has been applied for which position? I want that position information. This position is taken care by whom? That means who is that HR person? I want to get this information. In this case, that means what? From the candidate, okay, based on that candidate name, I want to fetch the respective candidate details. Along with that, his associated position, that position's responsible person, that means HR person information also I would like to fetch. At that time, if you want to fetch this information, so facing difficulty to write that SQL query, and along with that columns information, I will give you a small clue inside this one. Let me show you practically. So let's go to your Salesforce instance simply. Go to that candidate. Go to the view fields, create a new field. Okay, no need to create, okay, just we are using that creating that new field. Select the option of type formula. Okay, select that field of type formula. Click on next. I'm giving that some field name like as some sample. We are not saving this file. Okay, we are not saving this field. Just to get that field's information, we are using this option. Select the data type as text type. Go to the next. Now here there is a tool is available. Okay, now there is a tool. Click on this insert field button. Now currently we are at the candidate object. Now what field information you want? I know how to fetch the candidate details. Like as select that ID, name, location, contact number, notice period, email ID from candidate. Up to that part I know. Along with the candidate, I want his parent information, nothing but for which position he has been applied. I want to know that, so that upon fetching that candidate, we can get that candidate details also over here. These are the candidate details. Along with that, we can go to that a bit level up also. That means position. Okay, position record. Here you will be having position. Two things are available. This is your relationship field. This is the object which you can able to jump to the position object here. What I want now, along with that candidate, I want the position record name also. How to get the position record name? Just you can traverse to that position object. You will be having position greater than symbol is available. That means we can traverse to that position object also. Just click on this one. Now it is indicating in this position object what fields are available. I want to know that position name field here. So that select that position name. When I select that, it is indicating that field name here. You will be having position ID underscore r dot name. Just you can copy, paste inside your query. Like here, we have placed that one. Contact dot first name. Like the similar way that the field object field name dot underscore r dot field name. Just you can copy this information and then paste it inside your query here. Suppose, for example, sir, I want to fetch not only the position, I want to fetch the position's hiring manager information also. How can we traverse? Just you can go to the position. After this position here, you will be having that hiring manager information. You will be having that hiring manager. This is your relationship field, which you have created over here. Now, from this hiring manager, I want to go to the hiring manager object also. I'm going to the step up. Now go to the hiring manager object. In this hiring manager, what fields are available? It is populating that information. If you want that hiring manager name, just select this one. Now it is indicating position ID underscore underscore R dot hiring manager ID underscore underscore R dot name. That means whatever the way we have traversed, contact dot first name, contact to account name. Like the similar way, from my candidate, I'm going to that the position to the hiring manager dot name field here. Just you can copy this information, you can paste inside your query directly here, straightforward. Okay, so from this one, if you want to go to that the owner information, we can go to that owner is a user. Now that who is that user here? That user's information I want. Now that user first name, last name, all this information we can able to collect this one over here. For this one user, if there is a profile, then we can go to the profile object. What is that name of that profile? We can able to fetch that information also. The profile name also we can able to fetch. All this information we can able to collect from this information. By using that, just by you can go to that tool which has been given by Salesforce as part of formula. Okay, try to create a formula field and then prepare that fields, copy that fields, paste inside your SQL query, directly we can execute it. Simple. Okay, the same fields you are representing inside your Visual Force query also. Okay, clear? Now tell me, is it difficult to prepare this one? No, right? Nobody is responding. Okay, now in this case here, upon preparing this one, this kind of implementation for this one, whatever the examples we have discussed, the same thing also we can prepare by using that tool, like the similar way. For example, let's try to create that formula field on the case object. Let's go to that case object. Let's go to the case object, try to create that case object field. Click on new button to create a field. Select the field type as formula. Go to the next. Give any of the field name, like as some SS I'm indicating over here. Select the data type, the formal written type as text. Go to the next. Click on insert field. Currently, we are in the case object here. Along with the case, we can get the respective contact information also. You will be having that contact. Go to the contact, we can get that contact first name. Okay, first name. Now it is indicating contact dot first name. The same thing we have written inside our query also, contact dot first name. If you want to go to that account information, from that contact, we can go to that contact information. Along with that, we can traverse to that account also here. Go to the account, we can get that account name. Contact dot account dot name. The same thing we have written here also. Okay, now after that, if you want to go to that account records owner field, so now go to that account owner. Now the account owner's first name I want. For that one, we can specify first name. That means contact dot account dot owner dot first name. The same thing we have written in this place here. Okay, now so then we can go to that the respective profile also. We can go to that profile. Go to the profile, we can get that profile name also. You will be having that contact dot account dot owner dot profile dot name. Like that we can traverse that. Upon preparing that, okay, SQL query, while fetching the data from child to parent, at that time, if you're feeling difficulty to specify those object names, just you can use this formula field information here. Okay, you can use this tool, generate that field, just a copy and paste inside your query simply. Okay, clear? Will you try this example today? Make a note of this assignment. Design a Visual Force page to fetch the details of the candidate record based on the candidate name and fetch the applied position details and the responsible hiring manager details for the applied position. Okay, so here is the assignment for child to parent query with custom association. Between this subject association has been mapped by ourselves. We have mapped that association. So wherever we have that custom association, we have to use that plural name __ R. It may be parent to child, it may be child to parent also. In both the scenarios, you have to follow the same format. Okay, so these are the 4 scenarios of your relationship queries. Okay, this is how we can able to fetch the data from the multiple objects by using a single SOS or SOQL query. Okay, clear? No. Next one, asynchronous programming. So now tell me, what do you mean by asynchronous programming? What exactly the word synchronous? What exactly the word asynchronous? What is synchronous? What is asynchronous? Simultaneously, that means sequential manner. Okay. Which one? Asynchronous in the sense? Okay, that means what? Okay, immediately or based on the availability of the resources. Okay. For example, so now let's see what exactly the synchronous operations, what exactly asynchronous operations. Now, first of all, we have to understand what exactly the word synchronous and what exactly the word asynchronous. Okay, now, so now synchronous in the sense sequential, that means one by one. After completion of one operation, we can go with another. After that one more, and then one more, and then one more, like that, one by one, one by one, one by one. In the sequential manner, we can perform some certain operations. This process is called as synchronous process or synchronous operations. Okay, now, so now here in this case, here for example, assume that I'm having a user interface in order to create account records inside my object. So now tell me, is it a synchronous process or asynchronous process here? Synchronous or asynchronous? Synchronous, because here I'm entering some data to create a new account record. As soon as once you click on the save button, it will be initiating a request to the Salesforce server to create a new record with these details. Until the creation of this record, we can't create one more record here. Once the entire record creation has been done, once the record has been inserted into the object successfully, then only we can click on the new button again. One more new form will be getting loaded so that we can create one more. After click on that save button, second record, then after creating the second record, then I can create one more, and then we can create one more. Like that, one by one, we can go with that sequential manner. Okay, now. So in this case here, okay, now in this case, when coming to the sequential process, we can able to go with that one by one. Now, for example, let me explain the concept here. For example, I'm having a client and I'm having a server. Okay, I have a client and a server. So I'm having that client system and I'm having a server system. So this is the client. I'm having a client, I'm having a server. I'm having a server. So both are available. Inside my server, I'm having the actual resources are available, like the data, business logic, functionality, objects, everything is available inside my server side. Now the client wants to get some of the data from that server. Because it's a centralized server where exactly the data will be getting resides. All the clients are connecting to the same server. They're making some requests to get the required information from the server side. They may get the required data also, they may get the required business logic also, functionalities also, whatever they want. Everything they can access from the server by making a request to that server. So each and every client will make a request to that server in order to get the required data from that server side. Now, for example, now in this case today, client has made a first request. Okay, client has made a request here. Client has made a request. So this is the request one. Okay, request one. Request one. So now as soon as the request one has been getting initiated, now Salesforce server is going to be taking the request. It has been start processing the request here. Okay, it has start processing the request. Now it is taking some time, like some 5 minutes or 10 minutes here. Till that time, the client can't initiate any other operation. Client can't perform any other operation. Client has to sit idle. Okay, client has to sit idle here. Okay, client has to sit idle. They can't perform any other operation. They have to sit idle and they have to wait for the response from the server side. Now the server has received the request. It has processed the request, and after 2 minutes, it is sending the response back. Okay, after 2 minutes, it has sent the response back. Okay, this is the response operation. This is the response one. For the request one, this is the response here. Now the server has sent the response back to the client. No, it has sent the response back. Once the client has received the response, then the client can able to initiate one more request. The client is initiating one more request here. Request 2. So this is the second request. Request 2. As soon as whenever the client is initiating the request 2, server is available at that time. Now the server has received that request and it has start processing that request. Now in this case, it is taking some 5 minutes of time. Okay, within that 5 minutes, my server has been completed my processing of my request. It has sent the response back. It has sent the response. So this is the response 2. No, for the request 2, we got a response back. Now, the client is initiating one more request 3. In this request, lakhs of records operations are involved. Okay, in this particular request, okay, bulk records are involved. Bulk record processing has been involved inside this one. This is the request 3. In this request, the bulk records processing has been involved. Now, as soon as the request has been getting initiated, now the server has taken the request here, they start processing that. For this one, server is taking half an hour. Then as a client, what we can do till half an hour? Do I need to go to cafeteria? Can I enjoy in the cafeteria and come back after half an hour? That means what here in this case? Till that time, I can't do anything. Okay, because I'm waiting for the response. Till I'm not getting the response, I can't initiate anything. I can't perform any other operation in my system because my system will be going into the read-only state. My complete application will go into the read-only state here. I can't initiate any other operations. So in this case, what happened? Whenever we are having some long-running operations, long-running operation means what? In which you are involving the bulk records processing. Bulk operations we are involving. At that time, it will take more time. If it is taking more time, then at that time, the client has to wait for some time till the completion of the previous request. Once we are not getting the response, then I can't initiate one more request from that my client side. So that in this case, what we are doing, we are wasting my time, we are wasting my resources also. Because I'm sitting idle. How long time do I want to sit idle? Suppose if it is a lakhs of records are there, so it is taking some half an hour. Suppose if I'm having some millions of records are there, it will take some 2 hours or 4 hours or 6 hours. Then till 6 hours, what I can do? Now in this case, it's a waste of time, it's a waste of resources here. So in this case, what happened if it is a sequential process? As part of sequential process, it is going to making that it is going to making some of the system resources will be getting wastage. We are wasting our time, we are wasting our resources also. Okay, now in this kind of situation, upon making a request, if the request is taking very less time to process, then fine, I can wait. If it is a 2 minutes, I can wait. 5 minutes, I can wait. Half an hour, I can't wait here because I'm having some more other operations to complete. I'm having some more operations to do. I'm having some other client meetings also, so that here I need to attend those meetings also, so I can't sit in front of the system always to wait for that response. So in this case here, I don't want to go with this kind of asynchronous programming. Synchronous means what? Always we are going to be waiting for the completion of the previous request. That means initiate the request, wait till the request has been processed, get the response. Till the response has been received, we can't do any other operation. We can't initiate any other request. That means here, one by one, we can able to make it. Okay, we have to perform those operations. Okay, now, for example, here. Come to a general scenario. Assume that this weekend I'm having a small party in my home. For that one, I would like to invite to my friends. Assume that I'm having some 10 friends are there. I would like to invite all those 10 friends, okay, to my home, okay, for this next Saturday or Sunday, okay, for that small party. So initially, I made a call to the first person. I have invited him. I have disconnected the call. And then I made a call to the second person. I have invited him, I have disconnected the call. Third person, I made the call, invited him. For the fourth person, I have given the invitation. Fifth person, I have given the invitation. Sixth person, I have given the invitation. And then he is my childhood friend. So now here we had the conversation up to 2 hours here. Okay, we had the conversation for 2 hours with my sixth friend. Then what about the remaining operation? We are having 4 more people are there to whom I need to give the invitation. That will be pending, right? Till the completion of disconnecting the call, I can't go ahead. I can't make the call to that other people. That means what? One by one, we are going to making the calls here. Okay. Generally, this kind of problems we are facing previously when the mobiles have been, when that like as STD booths has been introduced. Whenever you are going to STD booth, if the person is going to be utilizing that one, we have to wait. If he is going to be utilizing for 2 minutes, then fine. If it is half an hour, it's horrible to stay in front of that. Okay, so in this case here, the people has to wait till the completion of the previous operations. Okay, now, so now here in this case also, whenever I'm going with that synchronous operations, we are going with that one by one processing. First of all, initiate the request one. Once the request has been processed, okay, wait till the get a response has been received. Once the response has been received, then initiate the second request here. And after completion of that second request, then initiate the third request. Okay, so that one by one, we can able to implement this kind of operations. Okay, so whenever if I am going to performing the operation sequentially, one by one, this kind of process is called as synchronous operations. Okay, synchronous programming here. Okay, clear? Now, in this case, in this synchronous operation, there is a problem. Okay, there is a problem. What is the problem? If the time taken in order to complete that request processing, if it is less, then fine, no problem. Suppose if it is taking some half an hour time, 1 hour time, 2 hours time, 4 hours time, then what we can do? Because when you go to some large enterprises like as banking, finance, healthcare, manufacturing, at that time, they are going to processing some billions of records per day. Millions of records also processing through some batch jobs. At that time, it will be taking some 2 hours or 3 hours, 6 hours also. Now, till that 6 hours, what we can do? We can't wait. We can't waste my time. We can't waste our resources. So at that time, they have introduced one more feature called as asynchronous programming. Okay, asynchronous operations. Okay. Now, what exactly the asynchronous operations here? Okay. Now let's see practically. Now, so now let me explain that here in our general scenario so that we can understand more. For example, assume that today, New Year. Okay, today is the New Year regarding some January 1st. Regarding this New Year, I would like to send some wishes message to my friends. So making the call to each and every person is very difficult for me, so that I thought of go with that SMS. I'm having some 20 people are there to whom I want to send the SMS. So I prepared that SMS, okay, with that greeting message. I have prepared that. I send the SMS to that first person. Now tell me, to send the SMS to the second person, do I need to wait till we are getting the acknowledgement back? No. So now here in this case, I'm sending that SMS to the first person here. Now we no need to wait. Immediately we can send the SMS to the second person also. Because whenever I'm sending that SMS to the person one, if the mobile number is on reachable state, it will be delivering the message immediately. You will be getting the acknowledgement back. Suppose if the mobile is in switch off mode, if the mobile is available in a non-network area, at that time it will be taking some time to deliver that SMS. Till that time, I can't wait. Okay, till that time, I can't wait. So at that time, no need to wait that one. We can initiate the second request, nothing but send the SMS back to that second person. And then send the SMS back to the third person, and then fourth person. Keep on, we can able to continue. That means whenever I'm making a request, no need to wait till we are getting the response. We can continue to perform the operations as it is here. Now, in this case, what about the request here? Okay, what about those requests? What will happen at that time? I have sent the SMS to the first person. I haven't received any SMS or like delivery notification back. Then, where that my message will be getting resides? Where that message will be getting resides? Where that message will be getting resides? After half an hour, the message will be getting delivered. Fine. Till that half an hour, where that message will get resides? Inside that queue. Mobile network people are maintaining some queue. In that queue, it will be getting resides here. Okay. Now, for example, here also the similar kind of situation. For example, here also I'm having a client and I'm having a server. As part of asynchronous operation, I'm having a client and I'm having a server. I'm having the client system. I'm having the server system. This is the server. So now today, the client is making a first request. Okay, today, client is initiating that first request. First request has been initiated by the client. So this is the request one. Request one. Whenever the client is initiating the request one, then immediately server has received the request because server is idle state right now. Server is available, so that server has taken the request immediately. It has started processing the request here. Within some fraction of seconds, it has completed my operation. It has sent the response back to me. Okay, I have received the response back from that server side. We got that response back. So this is the response 1. For my request 1, we got that response 1. Now the client is initiating one more request, request 2. Second request. The client has initiated the second request now. This is the request 2. Now, so now in this request 2, okay, multiple record processing has been involved. More number of records, thousands of records processing has been involved, so that immediately server has taken this request, it is start processing. To complete this one, it will take some 10 minutes of time. Okay, to complete this one, it is taking some 10 minutes of time. Now in this case, what happened? Do I need to wait till the 10 minutes of time? No. In this case, the client can initiate the third request also. Client can initiate the third request. That means here, no need to wait till we are getting the response of the previous request. Now server is still processing the request 2, but now I'm initiating the request 3 also, the third request. Now, where my request will go now? Now server is busy with processing my second request. Then what about my third request? It will be going into that queue. That in this case, what happened? Salesforce is maintaining a queue. Okay, internally, Salesforce will maintain a queue. Salesforce is maintaining a queue internally by default. Whenever we are using that asynchronous operations, Salesforce is maintaining a queue internally by default, because whatever the operations that you have requested, these operations are not performing within your organization. These are executing by placing inside the queue, which are outside of your organization. Now this is called as Apex queue. It is called as Apex queue. Salesforce is maintaining a queue over here. So inside that queue, your request will be getting awaited. Okay, in this queue, your request will be getting awaited. Now, keep on, when coming to the server, keep on, it is going to be interacting with that queue itself. Okay, keep on, it is interacting with that queue itself, because it is going to verify, do we have any items are waiting inside the queue or not. So whatever the request 3 I have initiated, the request 3 is going to waiting inside the queue. So I am placing the request 3. Request 3 is waiting inside the queue right now. So this is the request 3. So now this is the request 3. Request 3 is waiting inside the queue. Now, in this meantime, still server is processing my request 2 only. Now, as a client, I have initiated one more request also, request 4. I have initiated one more request also. Now tell me where this request 4 will go. Queue. Why? Because is still the server is processing my request 2 only, because it is busy with processing my request 2 only over here. So that this request also will go into that queue right now. This request also will go into that queue. Request 4. Request 4 is also waiting inside that queue. Now, in this case, after request 4 is also placing inside the queue, now my server has completed my request 2 processing. My request 2 processing has been completed. Now it is sending the response back here. It is sending the response back. Now we got the response of that request 2. I got the response of that request 2. That means response 2 I have received. Now, after that, what Salesforce will do now? Operations are over then? No. In this case, what it will do? Now, whenever server is available, whenever server is free, then immediately, okay, if there is no request or processing over here, now server will go into the Apex queue. It will verify, do we have any items waiting inside the queue or not? Okay. So immediately Salesforce will be looking into that Apex queue. Do we have any items are waiting inside the queue or not? Now there is an item is waiting inside the queue. So what is the first item inside that one? R3. This is the request 3. So Salesforce will go to that request 3 first. It will collect that request 3. Request 3 will be collecting by Salesforce server. Now it will start processing that here. Okay, it will start processing that. Now upon processing this request 3, now the user has initiated some more request over. Has initiated that request 5. He has initiated the request 5. Along with that, he has initiated the request 6 also. He has initiated the request 6 also. 2 requests has been initiated by the client. This is the request 5, and then this is the request 6. Now, where these 2 requests will go inside that queue. Now, in this case, it is going to placing inside the queue itself. Request 5 and the request 6 also going into that queue right now. So now whatever the request has been given by initiated by that server, okay, client, okay, whenever the server is in processing state, then at that time these requests are going to placing inside that queue. Request 5 is also waiting inside the queue, and the request 6 is also waiting inside the queue. Okay, now request 6 is also waiting inside the queue. Now it has done with that request 3. So now here request 3 has been completed now. Now it is sending the response back. Now the request 3 has been completed right now. It is sending the response back. That is called as response 3. Okay, response 3. Now in this case, what happened? Once the request 3 processing has been done, what Salesforce will do? Automatically, whatever the entry is available, this entry is going to be removing from your queue by default. Now, whatever the remaining elements are available, remaining entries which are waiting inside the queue, these are going to be coming ahead automatically. Okay, these are going to be coming to the forward. From there, here, what is the first request waiting inside the queue now? Request 4. Now, Salesforce will be collecting the request 4. It will start processing that request inside this. It will collect the request 4. It will start processing that. Once the request 4 has been done, then it is going to be collecting the request 5. It will collect the request 5. It will start processing that request also. After that, it is collecting the request 6. It will be start processing that. That means what? If it is an asynchronous operation, no need to wait till the completion of the previous operation. Okay, keep on, we can able to initiate the request, and then those requests are going to be taken care by that server. It will be start processing that. Suppose if the server is busy with processing with the previous request, then whatever the new requests which you have initiated, those are going to be waiting inside the queue till the server resources are available. Okay, till the server is available, till the resources are available, till the Salesforce server becomes available, those items or those requests will be waiting inside the queue. Whenever Salesforce resources becomes available, then server will pick up that request from the queue to start processing that. Once the operation has been done, it will send the response back to you. Okay, whenever the operation has been completed here. So in this case, no need to wait till the completion of the previous operation. Keep on, we can able to initiate that request also. When, if there is a bulk operations are available, long running operations, if you're processing some bulk records implementation, if you're doing some integrations, at that time we can go with this kind of asynchronous operations. No need to wait. Because whenever I'm going to be processing the bulk records, it might be taking some more time. So till that time, I can't wait. Within my organization, I'm having some more other operations to be get completed. For that reason, okay, don't execute those processes within the organization. Please make those requests to be get placed inside that Salesforce queue, which are outside of your organization. By placing inside that queue, we can able to start executing with that Salesforce server. So that in this meantime, we can continue with your operations as it is. That means parallel processing we can introduce with the help of this the asynchronous operation. So that these are executing outside of the organization, you can continue with your work within your organization as it is. So that no need of having any impact on your operations. So in this case, whenever you are performing the bulk operations, or whenever you are performing some long running operations, or whenever you are interacting with the third-party system through integrations, at that time we have to use the help of asynchronous operations inside this. Okay, so for that reason we are using the asynchronous operations. Whenever I'm using this asynchronous operation internally, Salesforce is maintaining that queue. If it is a synchronous, one by one, we can implement. But if it is asynchronous, no need to wait till the completion of the previous operation. Continuously, we can initiate the request. Whenever Salesforce resource becomes available, then it will pick up that element from the queue. It will start executing that. Okay, clear? Got the difference between this synchronous and asynchronous? Now, in this case, how to perform these kind of asynchronous operations in Salesforce? In order to perform that asynchronous operations, Salesforce has given 5 features to you by default. Okay, as part of asynchronous operations, we are having 5 features in Salesforce. First one is the batch programming. This is also called as batch Apex. Okay, batch Apex. Second one is schedule programming. This is also called as schedule Apex. Third one, flex queues. The third one, flex queues. Fourth one, future methods. And the fifth one, queuable Apex or queuable interface. Okay, queuable Apex or queuable interface. These are the 5 features has been given by Salesforce to you as part of asynchronous operations. Okay, as part of asynchronous operations, we are having these 5 operations like as batch programming, schedule programming, flex queues, future methods, and the queuable interface or queuable Apex. These are the most important features as part of your implementations. Okay, batch programming, schedule, future, queuable, and then flex queues. Basically, flex queue is not a basic concept; it's a queue additionally given by Salesforce to hold more number of jobs inside the queue. Okay, it's an additional queue which has been given by Salesforce to you by default to place more number of jobs. We'll see that concept also, where exactly the flex queue is available. What is the internal concept of flex queue? We'll see each and every operation one by one. Okay. Now, so from tomorrow onwards, we are starting this, okay, asynchronous programming operations. And for this one, we need a mandatory topic, that is email programming. Email programming is a base. Okay, generally as of now, we are performing some operations. We are displaying the result on the system.debug log file. But when coming to this particular asynchronous operations, these are not executing within your organization. These are executing outside of your organization by placing inside that Salesforce queue, so that there is no concept of system.debug. Even though if I'm using system.debug statement, it can't place anything inside your debug log file. It can't write anything inside the debug log file. So that to get the response back at that time, we need to use that email programming. Through email programming, we can notify to the people. So that we have to use that email programming. You know already how to send the email notification to the people by using single email message class. Okay, now before coming to the tomorrow session, please refer that topic. Please go through that single email message class, the methods, how to send the email notifications. Okay, so please go through that information for the tomorrow session. That is the base concept. Okay, then how can we implement the batch programming? We'll see practically. We'll go with the batch programming concept first. In the batch programming, how can we implement the batch programming? How to maintain the state management inside the batch programming? For that one, we are using an interface called as a database.stateful interface. How to use database.stateful interface, we'll see practically, and then we'll move forward to that schedule programming. How can we schedule the jobs to be get run on periodical intervals? And then we'll move forward to that flex queues, and then we can go with that future methods and then queuable. Future methods are very, very important. And then now these future methods we are using in the integration concepts also. Okay, when moving forward in the integration concepts also, we are going to be using these future methods. And then we have the concept of queuable Apex. Now queuable Apex is advance of future. But the future method, there are some limitations are available. To overcome the limitation, they have given one enhanced facility that is called as queuable. Then how to use that future methods, what drawbacks are available, what limitations are available, how to overcome those drawbacks with the help of queuable interface, we'll see practically as part of that queuable Apex concept. Okay, from tomorrow onwards, we are starting the batch programming and the schedule programming concepts. Okay, so but before that, we have to complete that today's assignment, whatever the assignment that I have given to you. Okay, complete those assignments today. Okay, and then please be ready with